It's Wednesday at the Jamieson WFCU Windsor Roseland Charity Classic, and we're here with Canadian Tour legend Bob Panasik. And Bob, it was a nice junior clinic today. We had almost 200 juniors coming out to watch the clinic. Talk about what it's like to be instructing in front of all these kids today.
Well, when I teach about golf, the one thing I learned over the many years, there's foundation and there's target. I watch the young players coming up. They're so intent on swinging at the ball, they forget to build to the target. When the ball stops moving plus 3 seconds, at that time, you have to ask yourself, is this a position I can use for my next swing? Now, the players that I've seen here hitting off the tee while I was building the show, not one of them stayed connected till the ball stopped moving plus 3 seconds. A person says, if you, in the golf game, the less you move, the higher the performance. The more you move, the worse the performance. So if you're going to minimize movement, you're going to maximize performance. So you maximize movement, you minimize performance. So my philosophy is simple. Control the ground, connect to the target. How long? Till the ball stops moving, plus 3 seconds. It's all about the target. And I'm on the record as saying you won't find 5 in the entire tournament that will stay connected to the target without taking one hand off the club when the ball stops moving, plus 3 seconds.
And it's an exciting time for us here in Windsor. We're back in Windsor for the Canadian Tour at the Jamieson WFCU Windsor Roseland Charity Classic for the first time since 1991. What's it like having the Canadian Tour back in Windsor this year?
Well, let me tell you, this was a project that started a long time ago. The course is groomed by Pat Hebert, the head pro Randy McQueen, and WFCU and Jamieson have come together, made a decision to make this happen. They're great in the community. They've stepped forward. They've done Windsor proud. And I have to give credit to the volunteers. Anytime you have a tournament, you have to have volunteers, and they just have to come pouring in to do all kinds of jobs. Every job that's done is not meaningless. Every job has the potential of making the golf tournament a success.
Now, you're a big name when it comes to the Canadian Tour. You've got numerous victories. Talk about some of your memories of the Canadian Tour and some of your favorite things as you look back on your career.
Well, the Canadian Tour is a building block for the future. A lot of people say, well, the Canadian Tour is in our town. We haven't heard of anybody in there. But you got to remember one thing. These players today are tomorrow's PGA stars. So you never know. You come out to Windsor tomorrow, it's Thursday, first round of the tournament, you see a couple players go down, you follow them. They may be the next Steve Stricker. They may be the next Mike Weir. The Canadian Tour, fabulous golf events throughout Canada. You got your best players in the world trying to build in Canada. You win in Canada 17, 16 under, that score wins on the PGA Tour. The Canadian Tour is such a huge development in future golf for future golf pros.
I'm sure you're also excited to be participating in the event. Talk about what you've been up to lately and how your golf game's feeling these days.
Well, you know, I'm 70 years old. I know what to do. But when I was playing the Canadian Tour, I was a V8 turbocharged. And then when I got 50, I become a V6. And then at 65, I was a 4-cylinder. And here I am at 70, a 2-cylinder weed whacker.
Well, we're hoping it's a reliable weed whacker, and we hope to see you post some low scores this week and to have some fun.
One thing you can be sure of, I will not be in the long driving contest.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Bob, and we look forward to a great week this week.
The Canadian Tour, I must add, is a great asset to any city that hosts the tournament. Windsor's proud to have the Canadian Tour stop here in Windsor. We've done a lot of work, and we've got some great players in this event this week.
Well, we're delighted to be here. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.